Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Let's start here just because I'm going to point this out. This is a poor apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I understand the exterior is a little junky. I mean, is this a situation where do you think Jensen had the interior renovated to his taste?
I mean, probably.
We got it wrong, Adam. Brown's financial prospects aren't as rosy as we thought. He stands to lose trillions if the Human Restoration Act passes.
That doesn't make any sense. Millions of displaced Augs will flock to Rabia.
And the city can't support them. Brown's been selling investors a pumped-up dream. The corporate city-state where like-minded individuals govern themselves while investors reap the profits.
Kinda goes against the idea of a one-world government.
Yeah, and if it fails, so does Brown, the Santo Group, and anyone else standing in the Illuminati's way.
So they want to kill a competing dream and get rid of their augmented problem in one fell swoop. I take it Brown's been campaigning against the act?
And unlike Rucker, he's got the money and influence to stop it.
What about the orchid sample I gave you? Marchenko's smuggling more of it into London. Were you able to analyze it?
Believe it or not, it's not a bioweapon, or at least it's not meant to be one. It's a genome editing drug. It targets the gene linked to Aug rejection and deletes it.
Aug rejection. Must be why I survived. I don't suffer from rejection syndrome.
What? Are you telling me you don't need neuropozyne? Shit, man, that makes you...
1 in a billion, I know. The orchid, Alex. You said it's not meant to be a bioweapon.
Right. The files you and Janus got from the vault, they suggest Reed's team isn't finished making the orchid yet. It's supposed to replace the deleted gene with an artificial one that accepts augmentations. But until they do, it's deadly.
Oh.
Darknet posted pictures of Rucker's corpse. If Brown and all his elegant, fancy potential investors get dosed, and Picus News broadcasts images of them, it's gonna send a message.
I'd better warn Miller. You can stay here if you want, till the curfew's lifted.
I can take care of myself. But when the task force hits London, keep me in the loop. Not sure what I can do, but good luck, Adam. And be safe.
Miller, it's Jensen. Is McCready still working on that plan for London? Because there's another variable to consider.
You can brief him yourself at TF-29's airfield. We're mobilizing.
Copy that. How do I get there?
Damn curfew's still in effect. So if you can get to Chicane's place, he'll fly you to it. Miller out.
Pardon me, what are you thinking about?
I'm just thinking about the silly house of cards that's been built on Rabia.
Mm-hmm.
And also the idea... Okay, so I really like biology. I'm like a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives me all the credentials of just about the biggest fan of any fan group, which is basically none. So I'm thinking...
Take what I'm about to say with a huge grain of salt.
Yes. In fact, maybe you need to go to a salt cave or something of the sort. Or, you know, those like Himalayan sea salt crystals, like you want one of those for this. Okay, but it seems odd to me that somebody would make a something.
Yeah.
A piece of bioengineering that would remove a gene in a sequence and then not replacing that gene would be a problem. Like, I feel like our genes are really flexible, weird things, and I don't know if cells have a lot of ways to deal with hiccups in code, I should say. So the premise, I was trying to work out how that would work genetically, like the premise of this bioweapon that is not meant to be a bioweapon.
Well,
but I might be completely off base because it's been so long since I studied anything of the sort.
it sounds to me like they're just sort of banking on the concept of it's medicine that's not done yet.
Yeah, I get that. But you know what I've been hankering for lately?
What?
Like an AP high school science textbook. Like a few of them. Because it's been a little while. And I know that in that little while, people have been discovering things. And at my reading level, I mean, I'll read a journal and kind of nod along, but it's still kind of difficult because there's so much jargon in there. But the thing with high school textbooks is that they put them at like an advanced high school reading level, so they're a little bit easier to understand. So the sources that I have access to catch up on where we are as far as science goes, I have articles written for people who like to read listicles, which is, ooh, I mean, I'm one of those people, but also that's not my best frame of mind. You know, that is not my highest processing versus real journal articles, which I am not completely equipped to handle. You know, I mean, big fan, but I'm not in the lab. I don't write these things. My current work puts me in contact with so much jargon, and the weight of certain words gets swayed and moved around so much in academic writing that I really just can't count on my full understanding of journal articles. Like, I can get like, okay, so the pills make the less crazy probably most of the time, like at least 80% of the time, and doesn't kill too many people. Like, that's usually what I can grasp. The Cliff Notes little version that's like, maybe, maybe not. But I just think that, like, maybe if I could find a current, like, recently released advanced high school textbook on a few different scientific subjects. Like, I probably wouldn't dig into the physics one because I wouldn't have a basis for understanding. I don't do the maths. I mean, I do the maths, but I don't. That's even worse than trying to read real journal articles. And I'm very thankful for certain scientists that try to... What?
I hit the...
You hit the button, but it didn't hit the button?
I must have either the Icarus system disables cloak, or I didn't hit the button quickly enough, or I accidentally double tapped the button. That's also an option. That's on the table.
Yes. So the point I'm trying to get at is that I think that I could be able to make heads or tails of biology and maybe chemistry, or at least organic chemistry and anatomy and physiology textbooks.
Okay, so the Icarus landing system disables glass shield.
Really?
I mean, it makes sense because you're kind of surrounded in this giant glowing orb.
Okay.
But that's also just a huge pain that I don't know how I never encountered that before. How am I gonna... I bet I can get down without falling as far from the side. Adam Jensen. Adam Jensen. You stop it. Why is he vaulting up there so high?
I don't know.
Bonk. He won't stop doing it.
Maybe at an angle? Oh, no? Maybe?
I'm just gonna walk around.
Okay.
Just gonna walk around. I'm gonna use a biocell. Just gonna walk around. Because I am sick and tired of this. This game is a lot less fun to play whenever you're trying to divide your attention between the game and a conversation. Also, it's a lot less fun whenever you have the audio low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's...
I do not like this place.
That's just true.
Sorry, I had to...
I like this place, though.
That's better.
Fun little plane.
Oh, what is it called? The Hawk?
To hawk.
Oh.
But what was I saying? Oh, I think that's just true of sneaking games.
Yeah.
The audio cues count for a lot, and in a recording environment, I think if we ever play another sneaking game, I'm gonna try to find a way to split the sound between like the computer / the TV, where it's coming from / if I could split the audio out so it would go to the TV, but then also could go to what would be ideal is a single wireless earbud. Or no, actually we could just pair a set and then we could each have one.
Yeah.
That would be for the best, I think.
I think, well, we'll fiddle with it.
Yeah.
I think we could do it.
Yeah, well, the problem is, like, I'm sure we could do it, but adding an additional device like that just increases the room for error where, like, oh, bad news, we recorded for 2 hours and we don't have game audio.
Yeah.
Because it all just went to the old ear holes.
Murphy's Law says.
Miller's not here yet?
He's already left for the main hangars with McCready's team. We're supposed to rendezvous with them there. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
I think it would be hard to get a textbook like an AP, a Nat Phys textbook. I mean, they're probably all digital now, right? At least a lot of them.
I think that the 2 days later, I think that the people who are in charge of distributing that... Oh.
You told him it's a credible threat. I understand that. There are hundreds of lives at risk.
I hope you're wrong about this, Jensen.
So do I.
Fine. Have your men pull back until I can talk to him myself. Miller out. Change in plans. Mac, you and your team will rendezvous with our London division. Secure the perimeter until I tell you to come back in. Jensen, you and I are on the roof.
Is there a problem?
Wrap it up, gentlemen. Approaching the target building now.
Get your coat. You're gonna need it.
What?
I don't have to tell you what's happening. You know the drill. There are people down there. Radical, augmented people who've been sidelined by this world and who think the only way to stop the oppression is by tearing down everything in their way. Their grievances may be just. Maybe they should be heard, but never on these terms. The world may be going to shit, but we're here to stand against the chaos. Every one of the guests down there are counting on us to keep them safe. Let's make sure we do.
A lot of suits out here.
Director Miller, I'm Nathaniel Brown. Thank you for agreeing to handle this discreetly.
We didn't exactly have a choice. You threatened to invoke the Corporate Sovereignty Act.
I gave your London division a full day to sweep for explosives. They found nothing.
It's not just bombs we're concerned with.
I've also replaced all the food and beverage, brought
You're
in
kind of
extra
a weird
guards from
angle.
Tarvis Security Services, and ordered the men to work with your team when it arrives. Trust me, I'm taking this threat very seriously.
Then why not cancel the event?
This isn't the first time extremists have threatened to tear down the Safe Harbor Initiative. Pro-AUG supporters think we're profiting from their misery, promoting more failures like Gollum City. While anti-AUG racists can't stand the thought of any augmented person living in peace. Canceling this event will only embolden all of them.
Okay. We have all the time in the world to decide how we want to deal with Nate.
My instinct is to scold.